So let's move on to the next question, guys. In this question, we are given that n belongs to an integer. That means n is an integer, right? And the value of n is between 10 and 99. That means it will start from 11, 12, 13, and it will go up till 98. Okay. We are also given that the sum of two digits of n is equals to prime number. What does this mean? This means, for example, if 13 is a number, right? So the sum of the two digits mean 1 plus 3, which is 4. So this is what sum of two digits of n. For example, if n is equals to 13, right? If n is equals to 13, so the sum of two digits means 1 plus 3, which is 4, right? So we are given in the question that the sum of two digits of n is a prime number. Okay. And now we have to compare the value of n and 80. Okay. So now we have to come up with a case where these two things are possible, and then we have to find out this, right? So for example, let's talk about n is equals to 11. Okay. For example, we take n is equals to 11, right? So this condition is satisfied because 11 is an integer which is between 10 and 99. This condition is satisfied. Okay. Now if we take the sum of both the digits, so that will be 1 plus 1, which is equals to 2, right? And 2 is a prime number, right? So even this condition is satisfied. The sum of two digits of n should be a prime number. The sum of two digits of n should be a prime number, which is absolutely fine, right? Okay. So now in this case, we see that n is equals to 11 and 80. So we know that 11 is less than 80. 11 is less than 80. So for this case, the answer is B, right? For this case, the answer is B. Now, what we do in a lot of questions is that, which I've discussed earlier, now we'll try to come up with a case such that the value of n is greater than 80. Then in that case, we will get A as an answer. And finally, we can say that since A is an answer and B is also an answer, so the final option is D, right? So now, let's try to think of a number which is greater than 80, obviously, and less than 99, such that the sum of two digits of the number n is a prime number. So if I think about, for example, 95, no, 96, no, 97, no, 98, right? So if I think about n is equals to 98, right? N is equals to 98. So this condition is satisfied because it is an integer and between 10 and 99, right? The sum of two digits. So now let's take the sum of both the digits. So 9 plus 8, right? Which is equals to 17. And obviously 17 is a prime number, right? So this is a prime number. I'll be sharing the doc with you also, which contains all the list of formulas, and everything is written in that PDF, which contains prime numbers, formulas, and everything. So you can have a look at that and try to remember that. Okay. So now if we see this condition is satisfied and even this condition is satisfied, so both of these conditions are satisfied, right? Because 17 is a prime number. And in this case, we see that 98 is greater than 80, right? So that means the answer should be A. Now sometimes the answer is B, sometimes the answer is A, meaning sometimes this is greater, sometimes this is greater. When the answer is B, this is greater. When answer is A, this is greater. So that means the answer will be D. The final answer will be D. I hope this should be clear, simple.